as it hits the top of the wall. A leadoff homer for Fantone, greeting McMullen with a big swing.
Make it a 3-game hit streak. She gets it started early, and that's a real good sign for the Spartans, maybe finding their footing once again after a tough series.
And the fans are going crazy here, Jimmy. I mean, we noticed when we came in today that there are a ton of people in the stands. You couldn't fit another person in the stands. We have Little League Day. All the Little Leaguers were walking out with the players before the game for the pregame ceremony and the national anthem. Really cool little experience there for those kids. And full house here at Martin Luther King Park as we got started early. 1-0, Tampa, top of the first after the home run. And that pitch is outside, but it's going to catch the outside of the zone. A late called strike there to number 3, Lily Keister, another senior from Tampa, a very senior lineup. And this team has a ton of experience. They're used to being the top dog. As some car alarms are going to be going off here beside Martin Luther King Park. Keep it interesting.
Maybe trying to distract those Tampa hitters at the plate. They already saw that long bomb from Fantone. Keister is another senior on a 2-game hit streak. She found her rhythm last series. She looks to keep it going down here in Winter Park.
Pitch from McMullen is bunted, but it is foul, and we're going to look at the defensive alignment for Rollins. Still haven't got to that because there was a leadoff home run. For those of you just joining us, it's Grace Germer in left field, Jenna Borkey in center field. Parentino is in right field, Parentoni, my bad, and then Brooke Thyssen is playing third, Michaela Layton at shortstop, Bree Michelli at second, Cambry Todd at first as this one's fouled back. Starting behind the plate is Maddie Carr, and obviously on the mound, Emily McMullen, whose ERA jumped from 3.33 to 3.52 on the first batter of this game.
If you're McMullen, you got to put that home run behind you and just focus on the next batter. She's already got 2 strikes right here on Keister.
Swing and a miss, and a good breaking ball there from McMullen. Down and out, swing and a miss from Keister for the first out in the top of the first, and much needed for McMullen to respond accordingly after that home run to right field. One of those balls that we just couldn't tell was a home run. I mean, it was a line drive, but hit so hard that it actually hit the top of the yellow on the fence and therefore ruled a home run. Originally, I thought it was going to be a double off the wall, but that is a home run. And now the third hitter in the order for Tampa, Mariah Galehouse, another senior.
Team is loaded with seniors, and Galehouse has had a tremendous season. It's hard to say that she's not the MVP of the squad. 12-0 on the mound, sub .6 ERA with 33 runs batted in at the plate. She has been doing it all, and is a big reason this is a top 2 team in the Division II level.
First pitch was outside. Second one was money from McMullen. It's 1-1 with 1 out here to Galehouse. As Jimmy said, one of the best players, if not the best player on this team. A dual threat, pitching and hitting. And another strike from McMullen as the crowd is starting to heat up here in Rollins. This has been a rivalry for quite some time between these two teams, and obviously being in the same conference, being 2 of the elite programs, playing each other every single season in every sport, as this one's fouled back. 1-2 to Galehouse.
And you can feel the rivalry back here in the stands, not just on the field. The Tampa Spartan crew and the fans, they made the travel up here. They want to see their girls play. I mean, one of the best teams at this level in the country. It's hard to not see them play.
It was hard to find a parking spot here today, Jimmy. There
Yes,
were a lot of people from
Yes,
Tampa making the trip up here to Winter Park to watch this series unfold, as we have, like Jimmy said, a doubleheader tomorrow to wrap up this season, at least the regular season. Rollins does have quite a few games after this, but none of them here at Martin Luther King Park. This is the last home series of the season. They'll be traveling to St. Petersburg to play Eckerd after this series, and then to West Palm Beach to play Palm Beach Atlantic before the NCAA South Regional semifinals. As this pitch misses from McMullen, 3-2. The count is full, and when you're facing a good hitter, Jimmy, this happens from time to time, working the count full.
Getting it down to the nitty-gritty, and this is a spot where you want to be, even though it's a little tense. You want to work a hitter like this down to the brim.
The payoff pitch from McMullen is down and in for ball 4. Galehouse takes her base. A base on balls and a free pass offered by Emily McMullen as the cleanup hitter, Alexa Russo, another senior from Tampa, Florida, will stand in. And a lot of power in the bat of Alexa Russo, so McMullen has to be careful not to let this first inning get away.
Sixth-year Spartan Russo is from Tampa Catholic High School. She's driven in 105 ribbies during her career here. She's got a duck on the pond with 2 outs, or 1 out.
And a good first pitch there from McMullen in there for strike 1. This one's fouled off, and McMullen gets ahead of the hitter 0-2. That was only the 5th home run of the season allowed by Emily McMullen, Jimmy, so not a ton of long balls against the Tars' experienced pitcher.
I'll give Fantone credit, though. That was almost a no-doubter. That one looked real good off the bat. So
swing and a miss, and McMullen with the heat gets it by Russo for the second strikeout of this first inning. She had 50 strikeouts coming into today, well 49, now she's up to 51. So Emily McMullen, swing and miss stuff definitely there and present early in the first, as it is now the number 5 hitter, Abby Salt. And Jimmy, it's not a senior, but she is a grad student, so even more experience for this Tampa Spartans lineup.
Yes, and she's been all over the place. 3-year starter at Valdosta State. Spent her first 2 years at Northwest Florida, and she's hitting out of the 5-hole. She's a dangerous hitter, 6 hits in her last 6 games. Got to keep that ball off her bat today. She can get the offense going.
Galehouse takes off for second and is in with ease. So Mariah Galehouse with a stolen base. Runner in scoring position now for Salt. 2-0 from McMullen. Looking for that 3rd out of this first inning. This first inning has already taken 10 minutes, and we're not to the end of the top half of the inning yet. So a little bit of high-stress pitching from Emily McMullen early in this contest. 3-0 now. And that's something you can't really do, is get behind on these hitters. When she has had success in the top of the first, it's been first pitch strikes, getting ahead of these hitters and attacking them. But 3-0, she is in quite a hole.
This experience just working the orders here against McMullen.
Salt taking all the way, and that is a strike down the middle, 3-1. McMullen trying to battle back. Doesn't want to face the next hitter in the order, which is Kenna Kreidler.
The first non-senior we've seen is on deck.
And that was a strike. McMullen painting the inside corner of the strike zone. The original reaction from Salt looked like she might have thought that was a ball, but then she just was like, you know what? That was a strike. I knew it. Let's get back in there and swing the bat. 3-2, the payoff pitch. A couple of these full counts early for McMullen. And this time she misses up high for ball 4, second walk. And another base runner for Tampa.
And we'll see if the experience drops off here, but can't knock Kreidler's experience that much. She was second team all-conference as a freshman behind the dish. She's got serious talent, 15 RBIs driven in, and has a home run.
Yeah, this team knows how to recruit. There is no doubt about it every year. They just get better and better and continue to be among the elite in NCAA Division II softball and the Sunshine State Conference. McMullen gets the first pitch strike she was looking for, and that has been the recipe to success here in the top of the first for number 7.
Yeah, Kreidler hitless last series against Nova Southeastern. See if she can make an impact with 2 outs, 2 runners on.
But Kreidler, a 277 hitter overall this season for Tampa, and you mentioned the great freshman year that she had, Jimmy, and that's why she is hitting in the middle of this order with all the seniors right in front of her in the lineup. She bats in that 6 hole, which is still a very important position in the lineup, especially when you get on base as much as Tampa does. A lot of RBI opportunities for Kreidler, and this one is high. 1-2, now 2-1. The count to Kreidler.
Throwing a lot of cautious pitches here. Very dangerous territory, but Only need one out, focus on this batter, and get those Tars back up to bat.
Just missed. Fans are jeering a little bit there, thinking that one was in there. And just in case, on deck is number 7, Kate DeSimone. And if the bases are loaded for DeSimone, that could be trouble for the Tars in the early going here, as it's a strike from McMullen. So 3-1 both times. She responded with a strike, and it is now a full count for the third time in the top of the first inning. McMullen misses low, and the walk is issued. 3 walks in the inning. Galehouse, Salt, and now Kreidler. Bases are loaded for DeSimone, a senior from Royal Palm Beach, Florida. And Kate DeSimone wears number 7 along with McMullen. So it's a battle of the 7s. We're rolling 7s here, Jimmy, in the top of the first, seeing what comes up on the dice. It's 1-0 already for Tampa, and this is the biggest situation we could see all game long.
This is huge. DeSimone, one of their starting pitchers, she's 9-1 on the season, but 8 RBIs and 5 extra base hits at the plate. She's a valuable hitter to the squad in the 7-hole, and she's got a chance to make some noise here.
That one is in there for strike 1, and that is how McMullen has succeeded with her strikeouts. Both strikeouts were when she got ahead 0-1. And then obviously 3 free passes when she gets behind in the count. So that's a good sign for Rollins with nowhere to put them. The 0-1 for McMullen just missed. Nice frame job there from Maddie Carr, trying to get the call on the bottom outside edge.
McMullen loves to work in these high intensity situations. It seems to bring out the best of her, as we've seen over her 4 years as a Tar.
And this one's zipped foul over the third base coach's head, as McMullen, she actually has a 198 batting average against with runners on this season, so under 200 batting average against McMullen when there are runners on, and a 232 with 2 outs. So she does get better in high leverage situations. This is one of those, and she forces the pop-up. It's called by Parentoni, and Bree Parentoni makes the catch in right field to escape the jam. Spartans leave them loaded in the top of the first. Great work from Emily McMullen, working out of what could have been a disastrous first inning. Instead, it's only 1-0, and the Tars are ready to bat in the bottom of the first.
That should be some great motivation for the Tars, facing a top 2 team in the entire country. Time to get those bats working and try and tie this game up.
Crisis averted for sure. The Tars looked to be in deep trouble, and they were able to swim their way back up to the surface and keep afloat after a very stressful first inning for Emily McMullen. But the pressure pitcher made some pressure pitches and got through it, only allowing just 1 run on 1 hit, and that was the home run. That was the leadoff home run by Lauren Fantone. And then after that, it was just walks and strikeouts, Jimmy, other than that pop-up to right field where Bree Parentoni came in and made the catch. I thought initially Michelle was going to make that play, but she could not see in the sun, so Parentoni made the call. Easier for the outfielder to run in and make that catch just outside the infield dirt there in shallow right field. Leading off for the Tars will be Bree Parentoni, followed by Brooke Thyssen and Maddie Carr here in the bottom of the first. And their challenge today is Gwen McGinnis, the junior from Tallahassee. One of the dominant pitchers on this staff, Jimmy.
As a junior, career high in Ks this year. She has more Ks than innings pitched. That's something to take note of. But Parentoni's a fierce hitter, and she's going to try and get it going for the Tars.
Parentoni shows bunt, pulls it back, and guess what? It's right down the middle. Strike 1 from McGinnis.
Current 4-game hit streak for Parentoni. She's just been a real bright spot for these Tars.
Hitting over 400 this season, 414, as they're going to say she swung at that one after the appeal to first. And the fans a little bit restless after that long first inning. The last thing that the Tars want is to go down really quickly here in the first and put McMullen back out there. Give her a little bit of time to recover after that insane top of the first, especially after she battled out of it and only allowed the one run. 0-2 for Parentoni. Again, 414 average on the season, and that's going to go down there on the strikeout by McGinnis, and a tough player to strike out is Parentoni. I mean, realistically, that was only her 12th strikeout of the entire season in 117 at-bats, so a very tough player, especially with the contact that she has, just to put the ball in play and make it a play at first every single time. Thyssen takes ball one outside. Another bright spot in this lineup. She's hitting .356 on the season.
Team leader in RBIs, the junior third baseman. Huge part of this order, and she's coming up here second.
The future is bright for the Tars. A lot of underclassmen that are very impressive, getting better as the season continues to roll on. And they should, I won't jinx it, should be here for at least a few more years. This core is starting to heat up. And these games against teams like Tampa are where you really test what do we actually have here, because this is really the model of consistency, the model of what you want to be in Division II softball, as consistently good as the Tampa Spartans have been. And the 3-0 from McGinnis is in there. Taking all the way was Thyssen. Still in a hitter's count, 3-1.
That's a good point. These girls come to play here in Rollins. They come to play teams like this, like Tampa, like Nova Southeastern, and shine in these big moments.
That one is swatted into right field, caught by Galehouse for out number 2. And now Maddie Carr, the Tars' last hope in the bottom of the first, needing to at least extend this inning to give McMullen a little bit of rest here. I mean, she just threw however many pitches in the top of the first. I know it was a lot. I don't have the exact number here, Jimmy, but it was a lot. And if she goes right back out there and has to pitch in the second, that's tough. That's tough for McMullen. Swing and a miss from Carr.
Carr's reached base safely. 11 of her last 13 games, maybe a little spark at the end of this first inning to try to get something going.
She sends this one sky high and off the roof into the parking lot for strike 2. McGinnis wasting no time. Only 10 pitches for Gwen McGinnis with a chance to get out of this inning. 1-2-3 for the Tars, 1-2-3 hitters, as this one is going to just miss.
That was a great pitch. Almost got Blue to move his hands there, but Maddie Carr will live to see another pitch.
He thought about it. Conversation with the Tars dugout.
The gate's open in center field.
They're going to go close that. That is Lily Keister. That's going to fix our outfield for a second. Don't want to see what happened to Aaron Judge that one year. I think it was last year that he was running through the fence, and easy to get hurt that way. I mean, that's definitely a safety hazard.
Good heads-up play by the ump.
This one's hit on the ground, a chopper to short, thrown on to first, and that is the end of the first inning. McKenna DiMartino making the play at short, and guess what? How about she leads off in the top of the second inning? We'll be right back here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
We are back on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Second inning action. Tampa Spartans, Rollins Tars. Leading off for the Spartans will be the shortstop, a freshman, first freshman we've seen in this lineup, McKenna DiMartino. She was 1 for 9 last series against Nova Southeastern. And McMullen will throw the first one, a little outside for ball 1.
Already her 35th pitch of the evening here. 34 pitches to get through that top half of the first inning. Those 3 walks luckily did not haunt the Tars. Hopefully they don't haunt the Tars as this game goes on. McMullen just needs to find the strike zone.
McMullen winds up the 1-0. It'll be 2-0. 1-1. I'm all over the place with my numbers, but a little outside on the corner. She gets her first strike of the at-bat. That is strike 2.
That's the pitch that she needs to continue to throw to have success against Tampa. And I'm not saying at the top of the order, but at least at the bottom of this order where the bats aren't as powerful. That bottom of the zone right at the knee is a really good pitch to have in your bag when you need a strike.
The 1-2 wind, swing and a miss. McMullen shuts down DiMartino for out number 1. Bringing up the 9-hole hitter, Kenzie Reynolds. Tampa, Florida native. Hitless in her last 10 at-bats. McMullen pondering how to approach this 9-hole hitter. She will wind up. Great frame by Maddie Card there. Gets the strike 1 call.
Go back to that low pitch. I mean, you saw it in the last at-bat with DiMartino. She set up another pitch out of the zone, low and out of the zone for the swing and the miss because she got the called strike at the bottom of the strike zone. She's finding that spot consistently now.
Tries to lay down the bunt. Signaled down to first base. Did not go. A little outside. 1-1.
Yeah, infield playing in, so definitely have the scouting report on Kenzie Reynolds. Knows that she has plenty of speed to beat one out, and now they're going to discuss it over with the third base coach to make sure her approach hitting against McMullen is what they want. With one out, nobody on. And we're ready to keep playing.
Head coach Leslie Cantor would love her 9-hole hitter to get on, especially since the top of the order is so hot. The 1-1 bid inside by the elbows. 2-1.
It was a nice thought there by McMullen, attack the inside. Still early, still trying to learn the strike zone of the umpire. It's different every game.
That's a great pitch there. Strike 2. Again, goes to the outside corner, just pierces the side, and we have a 2-2 count to Reynolds. Payoff pitch. Another great frame by Carr, but it will be a ball. Moving full count.
Jimmy, that was the same pitch.
It was the same pitch.
It was the same spot, but the first time it was a strike, the next one was a ball. This is the 9th hitter. 6 of the 8 so far have either struck out or walked.
Foul ball. If there was no netting,
yeah,
we probably could have caught that one. It'll stay at a full count.
And 4 full counts already for Emily McMullen. So a lot of battles against this really potent Tampa lineup from top to bottom. I mean, from 1 through 9, every single one of these girls can rip it. So McMullen definitely in for a tough day against this team.
The 3-2, strike 3. Clean swing and miss. 4th K for McMullen, and there's 2 down in the top of the second.
Whew.
And Fantone returns to the plate after a nuke in the first inning. into right field. See how McMullen approaches it this time. The first pitch, low for ball 1.
Yeah, Fantone was the one hitter that made McMullen pay in that first inning, and we talked about how she has her swing and miss stuff today, 4 strikeouts already. I think she'd really like to get one of those strikeouts on Fantone here and get some revenge.
Inside, strike 1. Yeah, that would really shift the momentum back the Tars' way. If McMullen can make a statement and take Fantone down, she currently has her at 1-1. She loads back in the circle. Right up the middle at McMullen's feet. She picks it up in the easy ground out. A quick 1-2-3 after what seemed like a crazy first inning. So the Tars are back up 4, 5, and 6 hitter when we return.
Jimmy, she took that one off the cleat. I mean, that thing was a line drive right at her feet. She knocked it down. And then it's almost like she was playing soccer. She used the side of her foot to knock that thing down, picked it up, threw it on to first to get the out. What a play in the circle by Emily McMullen, showing off the defense and reflexes.
That's got to be almost as satisfying as a strikeout. Gets Fantone back and puts her down with ease. And now the middle of her order gets to try and give her some run support in the bottom of the second.
Rollins is feeling it, though. I mean, that's the type of play. You see her pitcher out there working. She got out of that first inning. Second inning, she makes the great defensive play after a couple more strikeouts, and she's feeling it. So you saw the energy after she came off the mound there, out of the circle, jumping up and down. Like, I love it, the energy that the Rollins College Stars play with every single game. Doesn't waver. Their confidence. They know they're a really good softball team. They know. I mean, they're 25-10.
Yes,
18-4 here at this field. This team's not, it's not intimidating to them anymore. They're the number 2 team, but they're not intimidated by that number 2 because they know they're very good as well.
Speaking of intimidation, the 4-hole hitter Jaden Walker comes up with her Star Wars music. Gotta love that.
Yeah, Skywalker's got to get the Tars going here. Second inning, plenty of time left. Only the second, but you wanna respond quickly.
We got 1-1 to start this count. Walker leads the team in homers with 4. She went 1-10 last series versus Barry. Looking to pick her bat up. She fouls that one back. 1-2.
Clipped a car there.
Good thing I parked way down the road, so no, it wasn't mine, but.
We see a lot of balls hit to the parking lot, but not many that actually clip cars. So I thought it was worth mentioning a car did get clipped that time by that softball.
Foul back again. This one stays in the park. Remains at 1-2.
You like to see that battle, that defensive swing, because that's what Tampa's been doing to Emily McMullen the entire game so far. Rollins got to do the same thing. I mean, you have to make her make a perfect pitch.
And just keep the at-bats alive in the innings. Keep McMullen in the dugout as long as you can. And the 1-2 to Walker is driven right over first base, but into foul territory, so the count remains 1-2.
Right before that pitch, the umpire looked out and called time. I almost thought that the center field door might have been open again, and even center fielder Keister looked back to see, to double check that the door didn't open back up. But yeah, for whatever reason, they called time there.
Oh, it's way outside, 2-2. The wind is blowing towards us. Pretty windy day here in Winter Park. And the 2-2. Walker fouls it off again. She keeps on fighting.
The sun is in an awful spot at these 6 o'clock games as well, Jimmy, because you see the shadows. They're on the mound and the plate, but the outfield is completely lit up. I mean, other than left field, it gets very confusing for hitters.
Yes, it does. Ball in the dirt. We have a full count. Chance to capitalize for the grad student, Jaden Walker.
Yeah, put the pressure on the pitcher for once. Full count, make her make a good pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Walker. Second K for McGinnis.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 14.
That brings up Bree Michelli in the 5-hole. She's been a doubles machine this year. Might need one of those right now to get this offense going. The first pitch to Michelle inside, clips the bat, fouled back.
Yeah, 10 doubles, Jimmy. That is good for number 1 on this team. She also has 3 home runs, which is second on the team, behind Jaden Walker, who just struck out swinging.
Michelle leaves that one up high, 1-1. And she's a D1 transfer, her 3rd year as a Tar, but started off at Tarleton State in Texas. And her experiences really showed. And she's grown so much as a player. And she swings and misses at strike 2. So she's down 1-2 to McGinnis. The 1-2 outside, strike 3 called. Another strikeout for McGinnis. And she's working through these Tar batters.
McGinnis is feeling it, Jimmy. I mean, we can see that very evidently through 5 hitters. She is mowing down the Tars right now. I mean, they're confused. They have no idea what's coming at them. She's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at them right now, and tough at-bats.
Including that first pitch to Cambry Todd. That was high and inside, but just clipped the strike zone. A swing and a miss there will make it 0-2. And so much for getting McMullen some dugout time. McGinnis is roaring through this Tars lineup. The 0-2 up high, 1-2.
That's honestly my biggest concern, Jimmy. It's not even that the Tars aren't responding early. It's that Emily McMullen has to keep walking back out into the circle every 2 minutes, 3 minutes after she leaves the mound. I mean, it's very quick turnaround time for number 7, and it's been a tough 2 innings. It's not like Tampa's making it easy on her, and the Tars not giving her a ton of time to rest. And again, I think every hitter's struggling at this point in the game, being that it is the 2nd inning. They're still trying to find a rhythm, still trying to figure the pitcher out, but also the shadows that I already mentioned. Up here, from our view, it looks like almost the worst possible scenario as a hitter with the way that the shadows are playing right now, because it's almost like the pitcher's backlit, almost like we do when we're setting up our cameras. All the sunlight is hitting right behind the pitcher, and then you're trying to watch the pitcher to see where that ball is going to end up. And I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to hit a ball right now is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, very tough situation the Tars are in, but that sun will go down later on in the game. They got to try to make the most of what they have going right now. In the 1-2 from McGinnis, outside, just misses the strike zone. We have 2-2. We talked about the rest of McMullen. She took that shot off the feet last inning, so she might need a little bit more rest. We don't know how the foot's doing. Hopefully she's doing fine. But Cambry Todd is doing whatever she can to extend this inning, staying alive with that foul off, and she'll get the 2-2 from McGinnis. Outside, good frame by Cradler. But it's a full count now, and we'll see a payoff pitch from McGinnis. Here it is. Todd, check swing into left field. That is the first hit of the night for the Tars, and it's from the first baseman, junior Cambry Todd.
Beautiful swing right over the head of shortstop. Laid it in there in left field for a base knock. Got to do what you got to do. Got to the full count just like Jaden Walker. Walker swung hard, missed it, but just a nice, solid swing. She didn't give it too much, just a nice, solid contact swing right over the shortstop, just putting the ball in play.
Jenna Borky will try to extend on their first hit. First-year Tar from Florida Southern. She's on a 4-game hit streak as we speak. Tries to lay down the bunt. It's popped up behind the catcher and ump. Suddenly she is down 0-2.
I like the thought because I've seen Borky beat those out 100 times this season. I mean, she lays the bunt down, has so much speed to get down the line quickly. And I like the approach as well, not trying to do too much. I think she's taking notes from Cambry Todd. You don't have to swing for the fences right now, especially against a pitcher like McGinnis. Just try to get a base hit. Put the ball in play, make the defense make a play, because so far, both defenses haven't been tested a whole lot. A lot of swing and miss from both pitchers and not giving their defense an opportunity to make an impact.
The 0-2 to Borky. Pops that up into foul territory. It is caught over there at first base by Abby Salt, and that will end the 2nd inning. So the Tars get 1 hit, no runs, still trail 1-0 as we head to the 3rd.
Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. I'm Remington Kuhn alongside James Skinner, and Emily McMullen appears to be fine after taking that ball off of the cleat. I actually considered the fact that maybe a short turnaround time for this inning would have been better for Emily McMullen because of all that adrenaline after being hit by that ball and making that play. It kind of just gets you amped up more than anything else. You don't even feel the pain anymore. It's just like, hey, I just made a nice play. I want to get back out there and get more strikeouts, as Lily Keister is going to foul this one off for a quick strike one from McMullen.
A nice natural delivery. She looks all good. Glad to see that. And we talked about at the break, the Tars looked much better on both sides, both half innings from first to second. So they're really settling in here, and we'll see how the innings go on.
Great pitch there from McMullen, ahead 0-2. Haven't been able to say that too many times today. Good sign for Emily McMullen. A couple of early strikes here to Keister. This one swatted foul into the road. Almost hit a car driving on the road that time. So that would be a scary sight if you're driving down the road next to this field and then a ball's flying right at your windshield. That'd scare me.
Free souvenir just coming back from work. Can't hurt.
Swing and a miss from Keister, and Emily McMullen with her 5th strikeout of the contest early. I mean, it's only the 3rd inning. She's got 5 Ks against a team that does not strike out very often.
And she put that bullish first inning right behind her. And she looks locked in right now, but she's facing a very, very good hitter right now. And this will be a true test to see how this inning goes and maybe how the momentum goes for the rest of the game.
Good first pitch strike. Galehouse walked in her last plate appearance. That was the start of really that disastrous first inning for Rollins that wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been, but those bases were loaded off walks alone, and McMullen trying not to offer any free passes this time through the order as this pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 to Galehouse, who Jimmy talked about being a very solid hitter for this Tampa team in the heart of their order at the number 3 spot.
She's having her best year, but this is not her first rodeo. 4-time first team all-conference. So she has quite the resume, and I'm sure she's not the easiest hitter to face if you're McMullen or any pitcher in this conference.
Indeed, definitely one of those players to look out for in this conference. Constantly at the top of all the lists. McMullen delivers, and it's kind of inside off the handle of the bat, and it's going to be a quick ground out. Out number 2 is recorded by the Tars. Good defense by Brooke Dyson there to pick that one up. And a good job by McMullen to get that pitch inside and not allow Galehouse to barrel that up as Alexa Russo stands in.
Routine for Dyson. And McMullen, she's settling back in with this half of the order, and let the girls behind her make some plays. She's got the defense there.
Nice play by McMullen. Snow-coned it, threw it on to first, underhand style, gets the out. Emily McMullen, the defense in the first 3 innings now. Second inning, made a great play to end the inning, and she did it again in the 3rd. So McMullen's rolling. See if the Tars can get rolling as well. Bottom of the 3rd. And Jimmy, you talked about how this team continues to look better. I would argue that was their best inning on defense. So first inning, a little bit of a disaster, got out of it. Second inning, a little bit cleaner, and that 3rd inning couldn't have got any cleaner than it was. So the Tars continuing to improve as this game goes on.
We were touching on how the Tars bats needed to stay out there to get McMullen rest. McGinnis barely got any rest there. That was maybe a 2 or 3 minute inning. So she's right back in the circle, and the Tars have a chance again to knot this game up or take the lead.
What I will say, Jimmy, is that this is the kind of game Tampa loves, though. I mean, they play these low-scoring defensive games, but on the counter, those are the type of games that they've lost this season. They lost the game 2-1. They lost the game 1-0. If you can keep them in check, which can be done, they're going to keep you in check as well, but if you can just, scratch across a couple runs, you can win this game 2-1. So the Tars know they have a little bit of time here to climb back into this, but the way their defense and pitching looks, I mean, I'm looking at a low-scoring game as I kind of expected off the top, but Rollins definitely still within reach here. Bottom 3, Layton will hit.
And the Tars have many, many high-scoring games. They are playing the Spartans brand of softball today, and we're in for a great end of this game and a great series this weekend.
And this one's fouled off, bunt style by Layton. I like the hustle down to first. Run it out either way. Fair, foul, doesn't matter. Take off. See what happens. And we talked about it, Jimmy, before the game actually started. We were looking at the coaches poll, seeing how all the teams stacked up, because we did notice Tampa had a number 2, which is nothing new, but Rollins actually did get some votes to be a top 25 team. They're about number 29-ish. They did get some votes, just didn't get a number to their name as Layton swings and misses. That's another strikeout for McGinnis. And the reason why I mentioned that is because the Tars, we said they're a really good team, but they also have the numbers to back that up. And they've gotten some respect in the coaches poll, not as much as you would think they'd get, but at least they are within range of the teams that have played Tampa very well this season. And that just sets up, like you said, for a good series as Grace Germer, the 9-hole hitter, takes strike 1.
Yeah, we know Tampa is a powerhouse, but these Tars are not a pushover at all. 2 of the top teams in this conference, 2 of the top 4 teams, and 2 top 30 teams in Division II. So an amazing matchup when you get 2 top 30 teams.
Absolutely. 1-1. Germer fouls this one back.
McGinnis is just putting her pitches in the right spot every time. Besides Cambry Todd's single last inning, many of the contacted pitches have gone behind foul or down the line foul. So,
oh, what a play at third, thrown on, and the base was got. Wow, what a play by Salt. She stretched, and actually her foot did leave the bag, but she got it back just in time. What a play by Abby Salt on first.
They'll rule her safe.
And they'll rule her safe. I didn't think she got the foot back either, but when they called her out, she had to have somehow got that foot back because we saw her come off the bag. The question was, did she get back on the base in time? And it's hard to beat Grace Germer down the line. I was just going to say, Jimmy, she has 18 runs scored this season. That's third on the Tars, and she leads them with 13 stolen bases. So this is exactly who you want on the base paths if you are the Tars. And she is standing on first, already ready to go and try to take off for second on the first pitch almost. Swing and a miss by Parentoni. I thought Germer was going to go, but she is a stolen base threat among the top ones in the entire conference, maybe in the country. Grace Germer has a ton of stolen bases in her Tars career.
And this is who you want at the plate with a base runner like Germer on. Parentoni just knows how to put ball to bat.
0-2 to Parentoni, and she's going to lay off that high pitch. A tough one there for Parentoni. No way she was going to do anything with that. The next pitch to Parentoni, swatted up over the third base bag, and she has a base hit. Parentoni with the chopper.
Beautiful chop down the line. Now you have 2 on. Only 1 out. This is where the Tars start to find their footing. They need to make something happen here with a prime part of the order.
Yeah, no chance for Russo. I was getting ready to tell you, Grace Germer has 99 stolen bases in her Tars career, 1 away from that century mark, 100. So Grace Germer, maybe a double steal here to get that 100th bag after the hit by Parentoni. Hey, you'll take it. She's in scoring position, but would have liked to see that steal number 100. So let's see if she can get it either this time around or maybe next time around. This game is far from over. Brooke Thyssen.
I know that third base bag's looking real juicy.
Absolutely. And Russo is not playing in a bad spot. I mean, she's right next to the bag. It's just as high as that ball bounced. There was absolutely no chance she was going to field that clean. And it just, lucky sometimes better lucky than good, Jimmy, in the game of softball, or any sport, really. I mean, that thing kind of just hit a weird spot on the ground and bounced right over and into the outfield for a nice little single here as the Tars are threatening with one out.
Yeah, beautiful placement there. And like we said, Parentoni knows how to get bat to ball, and it seems to work out more often than not.
Tyson fouls it into the parking lot. 2-1, one out, 2 on for the Tars. First time they've had multiple base runners on in the game today. First time they've really figured out anything with McGinnis. She's been dominant.
They need to keep their foot on the pedal.
Yes.
And Dyson is in a favorable 3-1 spot right now.
They didn't give Germer the hit on that. They gave it an error. So she reached on an error. This one's chopped to third. Clean play by Russo. Throws on to first. Double play for Russo. Erases the Tars base runners. They were looking to have something going, but it is nullified by McGinnis and Russo. And the Tars sit in a 1-0 deficit through 3 innings. The Spartans are cooking. As soon as the Tars started to get a little bit of momentum, the Spartans put a stop to that, Jimmy.
They responded like the number 2 team in the country would. Wasn't going to be that easy for the Tars offense, but again, they looked much better than they did in the first inning, got better in the second inning, and then had their best inning at the plate there. So maybe a run will suffice in the fourth, but McMullen will have to get through these Spartan batters once again before we can answer that question.
And McMullen, as expected, returns to the circle for the 4th inning. I'm still kind of baffled that they ruled that an error. I felt like that was a decent play. I should say a difficult play. And, yeah, a decent play on the defensive side as well. Just kind of difficult for the first base. I mean, if anything, it would be an error for the first baseman. The throw wasn't that far off. But I don't see how you can really rule an error because I think both sides played it really well. I would have given him a hit. I would have gave Germer a hit there.
Yeah, I think the sheer fact that the throw just beat her, but the foot came off, so they had to rule that an error. But we took the base runner, it didn't pay off, and now the start of the 4th inning. And there'll be a ball to Abby Solt, the first baseman, who committed that error in the last inning.
Chance to redeem herself, and that's the crazy part about softball or baseball. Whoever's highlighted on the defensive side seems to always come up the next inning, whether it's a good play or a bad play. I mean, it happens almost every time.
Shout out the cookie crumbles. The 1-0 is outside. 2-0 to Solt.
The other crazy stat is that there's only 3 total hits in this game. As much action as we've had in 3 innings. We only have 1 run and 3 hits total as we're in the top of the 4th.
Solt was one of those walks back in that big first inning. And she's already up in the ball category, but that will be her first strike. Now sitting at 2-1. Solt actually leads this team in homers with 6. Swing and a miss on the 2-1. Now 2-2, a more favorable count for Emily McMullen.
Yeah, first in homers, second in RBIs, batting .318. A very dangerous hitter. And Emily McMullen trying to retire her for the first time today.
A wide stance from Solt. She gets the 2-2. High, and now a full count.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy. Full count almost every time here. And McMullen entered this inning with 57 pitches, so she has thrown a lot in the early going.
Looking down at her wrist. She will deliver the 3-2. Popped into right field. Going back to the wall is Parentoni, and that is gone. The home run leader for the Spartans adds to her total, number 7 on the year for Solt. And it is 2-0.
Jimmy, that ball was obliterated. I mean, that was a no-doubter. It was screaming out there to right field. They throw it back over the fence generously, but that was bye-bye softball off the bat assault.
And that was an Oppo Taco, as they like to say. That wasn't even full-strength swing, and she got that all the way out there. It was very impressive, and that's why she leads this team in homers. All that power from the first baseman, Abby Solt. And now the catcher, Kenna Kreidler, will come to the plate. First pitch is low, ball one.
Yeah, it's always a good sign when your leading home run hitter is also a 300 hitter. There's not many players, even in professional baseball, that can say that. You know, you think of a few, like Vladdy Guerrero, that can hit 300 and hit for power.
A dynamic hitter in the 5-hole. Just when this Tars crowd thought they could get past Solt, it was a no-doubter on a 3-2 count. From the 2-0 to the catcher. Strike one on the outside corner. Good frame again by the junior Maddie Carr.
Yeah, McMullen hasn't done, bad today. It's really those two solo home runs that have been the difference.
Outside again, 3-1. So Kreidler was also one of those walks in the first inning. Looking to touch base again and get that on-base percentage up. McMullen with the delivery. Holds off on the swing, but it'll be strike two. And we have a full count once again. See how McMullen approaches this full count.
Home run, strikeout, or walk, based on how this game is going.
Here it is. Popped up into right field. This one stays in the park. Parentoni makes the grab for out number one. Sunglasses with the assist.
Right. I was going to say the same thing, Jimmy. You see the sun glaring down on her, and she has the sunglasses on to see that ball and track it well. And nice play there by Bree Parentoni. Second put out of the day for her out there in right field.
That brings up Kate DeSimone. That is strike one. DeSimone was the hitter that left the bases loaded in the first inning. I'm sure she would love to have that at-bat back, but it's a new inning, new at-bat. We'll see what she can do against McMullen here. The 0-1. Driven into center field. There is Borky at the warning track for out number two.
Everything is hit so hard. I mean, the exit velo off these Spartans bats is just, it's something to watch for sure.
It's a mini heart attack for us and all the fans here off the bat. Because we've already seen it twice, so now every time it goes up in the air, we're expecting a long ball. But that's back-to-back flyouts for the Spartans.
Deep flyouts. I mean, that thing was right on the track. If he had a little bit of wind help, that's probably a homer.
And the freshman shortstop, McKenna DiMartino, sits with a 1-0 count against McMullen. She delivers outside for ball two. DiMartino, 5 extra base hits this year. She's going to see what she can do with a 2-0 count. Inside, nice pitch from McMullen for strike one.
And McMullen already over 70 pitches here in the top of the fourth. Most of that came in the first inning, where she really had to battle through. 37 pitches thrown in that first inning, but even since then, a lot of tough at-bats put up by the Spartans.
Driven foul back behind us. We have a 2-2 count. Yes, as we stand in the fourth inning, this is the 8-hole hitter for Tampa. We've almost gone around this order twice already. So McMullen's definitely feeling it, but surprisingly, only 2 runs on the board, and still a very manageable game for the Tars. McMullen delivers the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, 6 Ks for McMullen, and we head to the bottom half of the 4th, only surrendering the 1 solo shot. A 2-0 ball game for the number 2 Tampa Spartans.
That high heat there from McMullen, I mean, untouchable when she throws that. And 6 strikeouts out of the 12 outs recorded today, 50% strikeouts for Emily McMullen. And obviously, like you said, Jimmy, the saving grace for the Tars so far has been that both of those hits that were home runs were solo home runs. The Tars have yet to allow a hit with runners on base or with 2 outs. So as long as they continue, they always say that. The solo home runs, they're not going to kill you. But if you start allowing home runs with runners on base, that is very, very discouraging.
Yes.
And can be, the nail in the coffin. Start allowing some big homers. Those crooked numbers start to add up, and it makes the deficit almost insurmountable. But right now, 2-0, like you said, Jimmy, we got 3 more innings here. So, and the Tars really have 4 more innings to hit as we're in the bottom of the 4th. So make it happen. You got 12 outs to work with here. Plenty of pop in this Tars lineup too. I mean, 1 through 7, they're all hitting over 300.
Maddie Carr will look to start it off in the 4th. She's on a 3-game hit streak. The longest of the season is 6. But yeah, with that big first inning and the 2 solo shots, feels like Rollins is in a much bigger hole, but very manageable. They just need to get the bats going.
Mm-hmm.
But a swing and a miss from Carr on the first pitch will put her down 0-1 early.
Another stat, Jimmy, after she hits this ball.
Carr pops it up to short. Play there made by DiMartino, out number 1.
The other stat is that the Rollins College Stars had only hit into 2 double plays all season up until this game, and then that double play that erased the big inning that they were creating last inning. It doesn't happen often, so I would test your luck and hope that doesn't happen again in this game, and try to string together a couple hits again.
Walker watches strike 1, and that's impressive situational hitting when you look at the Rollins for the Tars from that standpoint. Only 3 double plays all year.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good situational hitting.
They forced 7, so that's over double what they've hit into themselves. So very solid as a team, hitting over 300, and opponents are really only hitting 220 against the Tars this year entering today. So good pitching, good hitting. Could say the same about the Tampa Spartans, and hey, that's why we got ourselves a series here.
Walker is down 0-2 early. Here's the 0-2 down the first base line, foul.
I like that swing adjustment by Jaden Walker there. Kind of got her hands inside and just adjusted her swing angle just a little bit. Defensive swing, able to foul that off down the first base side and keep this at bat alive 0-2.
Here it is. Outside for ball 1. Walker worked McGinnis's pitch count last time up. It ended up resulting in a strikeout. Trying to avoid that here. She gets the 1-2. Another outside pitch. Will be 2-2. She's right back in this at bat. McGinnis sitting at 54 pitches. Here's 55. Inside, strike 3. Clips the corner, and Walker goes down for the second time tonight. A quick 2 outs here in the 4th, and Brema Shelley will step in, the 5-hole hitter.
Jimmy, there was literally nothing she could do with that pitch other than try to do what she did a couple pitches before that, where she pulled her hands inside and tried to foul that thing off, but very good pitch from McGinnis.
First pitch to Michelle's fouled off. And we're seeing it with our eyes here. McGinnis' stats don't lie. She's a very good situational pitcher. She knows what pitch to throw at the right time. That one is high. It'll be 1-1. And a couple hiccups for McGinnis in this Spartans defense, but she's been working through this Tars order.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on too, Jimmy. We mentioned the record of Galehouse. McGinnis only has 1 loss this season as well. Out of her 10 starts, 9 of them complete games. So something to keep an eye on. 90% of her starts have been complete games this season, and we're seeing exactly why. I mean, she's only at 60 pitches, being very economical.
Well on her way there. Swing and a miss from Michelle. It's a 2-2 count. 2s across the scoreboard. Trying to keep this 4th inning alive. Here's the pitch from McGinnis. Outside, we have a full count. Michelle looking to beat the spark here. The payoff pitch is popped up high near the second baseman. Coming down with it is Kenzie Reynolds, and she will lead off the 5th inning after making that play. Still a 2-0 ball game here from Rollins College.
I got more stats, Jimmy. So we're through 4. Like I said, 9 out of 10 of her starts have been complete games this season. Another interesting stat for Tampa, they played 36, all right? 33-3. That's 36 games. 12 of those 36, that's 33%, shutouts by their pitchers. Mm-hmm. Not just, I mean, like complete game shutouts. Like they actually finished those games. So if 1/3 of your games between their 3 really good pitchers, that's Galehouse, McGinnis, and DeSimone, they have combined for 12 complete game shutouts this season. That's almost unfair. It seems unfair.
It's utter dominance.
and Galehouse ERA is 0.52. McGinnis coming into this game 0.72. So both of them are averaging less than a run per 7. And, I mean, that's just ridiculous to think about, like how dominant you have to be. To have 3 pitchers like that, though, even Kate DeSimone, very, very solid. And that's why your team's 33-3. I mean, it's crazy to think about. The team as a whole is averaging 0.97 is their team ERA on the season.
Unfathomable.
It's like video game numbers, really. As we go to the top of the 5th, and it is Emily McMullen still in the circle for the Rollins College Stars. And as you said, Jimmy, will be facing Kenzie Reynolds, the 9-hitter, and then the lineup will flip over for Lauren Fantone and Lily Keister as this pitch is fouled off into the parking lot. 0-1.
And 4 scoreless innings for McGinnis. She's pushing towards that Mariah Galehouse 0.52 ERA. Little competition going down there in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Competing for who can give up under half a run every 9 innings.
Imagine we're watching her teammates next start, and she's like, "Hey, you can give up a couple runs. You can let me have the ERA title this year." 1-1. Swing and miss. What a pitch by McMullen.
So we've watched McMullen throughout all of her appearances this season. She always seems to find a random spark of heat late. Mm-hmm. She'll have some at-bats late in innings, late in games, where she just delivers her best stuff and tries to put it past everybody.
Woo-hoo-hoo! And there's one from McMullen. Swing and a miss from Kenzie Reynolds, and that is lucky number 7. 7 strikeouts for number 7, Emily McMullen. What a pitch. Really, what a great pitch, and then another great pitch. She followed up what looked to be one of her best pitches of the day with an even better pitch. So, like Jimmy said, continuing to get better, finding that late spark here in the later innings. Top 5 in a 2-run game. There is no more room for error for the Tars if they want to get a victory here over the number 2 team in the nation.
Up to 64 strikeouts on the season. McMullen, a huge part of this rotation.
1-0 is in there for a strike. On the outside edge of the strike zone, even fooled the scoreboard operator there. It's 1-1 to Fantone.
Perfect pitch. You don't want to give Fantone another one. She can drive into right field. And getting called for a strike, that was a great pitch.
Swing and a miss. Fantone out in front of that one. It's 1-2. McMullen looking for her 8th strikeout. And she's got it. What a pitch from Emily McMullen. Getting the chase down low. She's done it a number of times today, and wow, 8 Ks for Emily McMullen. And now she will face Lily Keister. Keister has struck out in both plate appearances today. So McMullen looking for the hat trick against Lily Keister. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
And her arm looks just as fresh as when she started the game. It does not look like she's at 85 pitches at the moment. She's throwing some of her best stuff that we've seen tonight. Little bunt attempt with nobody on.
Interesting decision there. I think, you are struck out your first 2 plate appearances. You got to try something out of the ordinary, something unorthodox against a pitcher like Emily McMullen.
Loud bang off the roof here.
So Keister, as we said, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. McMullen has 2 strikes on her this time, looking for the hat trick. And then maybe, just maybe, if Keister comes up again, looking for that golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts. Not something you want to wear after the game, but it happens. It really does. And if a pitcher really has your number, you're in trouble.
Golden sombrero, it sounds a lot more fun to wear, hypothetically.
Yeah. Nice foul ball there. Keister staying alive.
And these strikeouts aren't normal for her. She's almost a 400 hitter on the year. She drew 3 walks last series, but just hasn't been seeing it correctly the first few innings.
Got her. Hat trick for McMullen. That's strikeout number 9 on the day through 5 dominant innings. A pair of Lone Ranger solo home runs. Other than that, Emily McMullen is cruising on along through this game. We are through 4.5. Tars down 2-0. But plenty of time here. 9 outs remaining for Rollins to crawl their way back in. And if you look down to the dugout, they have a unicorn. That is actually Taylor Hartman, but still a unicorn for the Tars. I guess if you see a unicorn, you should count your luck for the day. I think if you see a unicorn, that's got to be good luck, right? It's like the opposite of a black cat.
That's what they're hoping for. Bring some luck to the bats. Like you mentioned, only 9 outs remaining, but a lot can be done with those 9 outs. And this game is far from over.
Far from over indeed. Only 2 hits apiece. 2 hits for the Spartans. They were both home runs, and 2 hits for the Rollins College Stars. 1 error, 5 left on base combined between the 2 teams. It has seemed like a more offensive game than it has been because there were a couple of those big innings, but we really have found ourselves in a pitcher's duel today, Jimmy, and McMullen has been great, 9 strikeouts, but overall it has been Gwen McGinnis that has stole the show here at Martin Luther King Park on Friday, April 11th. Doubleheader tomorrow between these 2 teams, a real big treat here in Winter Park, Florida. And then, as we said, the Tars will be going on the road for a couple series, and this will be it here at this field for the season, other than maybe playoffs. I guess you never know. Strike 1 to Cambry Todd.
Todd got the hit parade going in the first inning. Sure she would like to get on base once again.
Swung through that one. McGinnis looking like her dominant self. 4 innings, just 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Just 66 pitches entering this 5th. Talked about the complete game and shutout numbers of Tampa, and it doesn't really surprise you a whole lot that she has thrown 4 scoreless frames.
And I'm not sure if we've mentioned, as a junior, she's 33-4 in 3 years here, so the dominance isn't anything new this year. But
Definitely not.
but she has cruised over her career high in Ks, and she just knows how to get batters out. There is no doubt about that.
0-2 to Todd. Now to pretty much the same spot. Staying in the at-bat. 1 for 1 today, like Jimmy said. A base hit back in the second for Cambry.
Todd, usually a pinch hitter, but she can get the bat in many places in that strike zone.
And that is going to be a called third strike. Todd goes down for the first time today, and that's the first out of the fifth as Jenna Borkey stands in. She tried bunting her first time up, and then ultimately was retired. So 0 for 1 on the day. Still a well over 300 hitter for the Rollins College Tars as she takes ball 1 from McInnes.
McInnes threw some low outside heat to Todd, and then a really nice off speeder down the middle got Todd for the eventual strikeout.
Picture perfect pitch there from McInnes. 1-1. Tars down to their last 8 outs of the afternoon. Sun's starting to set here in Winter Park. Wind has stopped. And this is going to be a base hit for Jenna Borkey. What a swing from Borkey. I thought originally that DiMartino might have had a play there, but unable to corral that softball. Went right over her glove. And that is a base knock for Borkey. She's fired up. She's a stolen base threat as well. Jenna Borkey, 13 bags on the season, tied for the team lead with Brianna Parentoni and Grace Germer. So this is what you want if you're the Tars. Start to chip away at it. And being a little bit aggressive is head coach Rosa Lefevers. She's going to Kaylee Zaradnik off the bench to try to spark this offense. So Layton is out. Zaradnik is in. And with 1 out and 1 on, the Tars are digging into their bench to try to get some of these runs back in the bottom of the fifth. McInnes delivers. Ball 1.
And I don't know if you noticed on that Borkey hit, she had the bunt laid down, pulled right back, and almost looked like a glitch in the system. A nice drive into left field. And now, yeah, Zaradnik was hitless last series. She gets a chance to pinch hit here.
Borkey takes off at a good pitch to take off on. Cradler could not corral that pitch, and she has an easy stolen base, her 14th of the season, now leads the team. Sole possession of first place on the Tars, and this is a team that steals a lot of bases. I mean, they have 105 now on the season, Jimmy, so a ton of steals, very aggressive on the base pass. Runner in scoring position, bunted by Zaradnik. It's picked up and thrown on to first by Russo, but taking third is Jenna Borkey, and with 2 outs, the Tars are the closest they've been to home plate all day long, and guess who's up? Grace Germer.
Borkey might have gotten a little extra dirty than she needed to as Kreidler dropped the ball on that second base steal, but love the hustle from the junior Borkey, and now she is just a few feet away from.
And Germer finds the hole! Base hit! Tars cut into the lead, and they cut it in half. 2-1.
This is the electricity that this Tars lineup has been looking for. And now with 2 outs, another electric contact hitter comes to the plate.
She wasted no time there, Jimmy. First pitch, swinging, found a hole between third and short. And I was literally just about to say before that at bat that up the middle is wide open. I mean, a gaping hole up the middle pretty much this entire game, the way Tampa's defense has been aligned on the infield. She goes for the smallest hole in the infield and hit the ball so hard that it went right through. And a great swing. As going to that same side was Parentoni. She chopped one over third before in the game, so if, it ain't broke, don't fix it. She tried it again. It didn't work this time, but the Tars do cut into the deficit. It's now a 2-1 ball game through 5. So Rollins making a little bit of noise. Like you said, Jimmy, some electricity here at Martin Luther King Park. It is now a 1-run contest entering the 6th inning, and that's what you need. You don't need to get 2 runs at once. You just need to chip into the lead and kind of one at a time, and that's what the Tars just did. They got 1 back. They need 1 more. McMullen's feeling good, feeling it. Hopefully can continue to dominate so that the Tars really do only need 1 more run to tie this thing up.
A much more manageable game now, and we see it again. Improvement by the inning. They finally get their first run on the board in the 5th. And yes, you can feel it up here. You can feel it on the field, the electricity. It's buzzing. Let's see how McMullen handles the top of the 6th. She will get the number 3 hitter, Mariah Galehouse, to start it. A dangerous, dangerous bat.
You feel the energy change, Jimmy. I mean, you talked about it. You were spot on talking about the electricity, even the inning before where the Tars were starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. That electricity never left this stadium after they failed to get a run with runners on. That rare double play by the Rollins College Stars. They played 36 games this year and only hit into 3 double plays. So the rare double play, and they respond the very next inning with a run off the bat of Grace Germer. And, we got a one-run ball game here.
Galehouse steps in. First pitch from McMullen. It's driven to the near second base, but Cambry Todd shifting over to make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out.
She barely moved once the ball was hit, Jimmy. I mean, she was playing a perfect spot there at first base. And, good, quick first out with 1 pitch. And that's what McMullen needs because she's already thrown 90 pitches today. So get through these last couple innings and don't let the Tars use any relievers because you got 2 more games here tomorrow.
An ideal start to the inning. Alexa Russo will step in, facing this first pitch from McMullen. She drives that one. Another 1 pitch at bat. Theisen moves over. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And just like that, we're 1 out away from the Tars stepping back into the batter's box.
Wow. This is storybook right here, Jimmy. I mean, if they can get the 1, 2, 3 on 3 pitches, I mean, it's wishful thinking, but Tars go right back out there. Their bats are feeling it right now. They're starting to heat up late in this contest. No time.
We know what we saw last at bat from Abby Solt. She steps in, the 5-hole hitter. So we do not get a 3-pitch inning, unfortunately.
It was wishful thinking.
But the first pitch is a strike. McMullen already ahead in the count. She delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss right by Solt.
The only batter that McMullen has not retired in this game is Solt. So she wants this strikeout.
McMullen has ice in her veins right now. She is feeling it. And just the 6th pitch of the inning coming up, or the 5th, I'm sorry, the 0-2, it's fouled off. Now we will see the 6th. McMullen just cracking that 90-pitch mark. 9 Ks, 3 walks on the day for her. Through 5 2/3. The 0-2 to Solt. Driven up the middle, as you mentioned before, Remington. A gaping hole, this time left by the Tars defense, and Solt will not be retired. She's on board with a single.
2 for 2 and a walk. So good afternoon here for Abby Solt.
And the sophomore catcher, Kenna Kreidler, steps in. She's 0 for 1 with a walk.
McMullen's at 95 pitches now after that. 90 coming into this inning. Well, 89 coming into this inning. Now 95, approaching that 100. Only 3 hits allowed, 3 walks allowed, 9 strikeouts. Looking for that double-digit K effort.
And we get a pinch runner for Solt. It'll be the sophomore Joey Trawick from Jacksonville. She sits on the bag at first. Trying to maybe make something happen. The first pitch to Kreidler is a ball.
Trawick has 2 stolen bases on the season in 2 attempts. So some speed there for Joey Trawick.
She's actually a high school pitcher, set her high school record with 500 Ks. We get the first strike of this at-bat. McMullen smiling after that one. A great pitch right by the catcher, Kreidler. It's 1-1. McMullen with the windup. In there. Down the middle, but a little too high. It'll be 2-1. Kreidler with the bat resting on her shoulder, getting ready. Try and put this in play and get the speedy Trewick to at least second. The 2-1. Outside corner, frame is not effective. It is 3-1 now. Hitters count for the catcher, Kenna Kreidler.
Stressful pitches here from Emily McMullen, no doubt.
Wind up 3-1. It's a little high, but Kreidler will smack it into foul territory, and Brooke Dyson makes the play. Way to get out of it after what seemed like a little bit of trouble.
Did you see the wind move that ball, Jimmy? That thing went straight up in the air, and then the wind blew it back into play almost. Looked like it would have landed on top of the dugout, but it just kind of swirled around up there, came right back for Brooke Dyson as sound of a third baseman, as you'll find here in the SSC, and she makes a great play, tracking that ball, making the catch, and getting the Tars out of the sixth.
Yeah, I thought it was soaring into the parking lot behind the dugout, but it stays. We get a standing O. Did you catch that?
Yes.
Shout out to whoever that is. I'm not sure who it is. Somebody over there in the stands, but I'm sure they deserve it. And
I think Elizabeth something. I didn't catch the last name, but I was trying to listen here what we were talking about, and then I heard the announcement. But yeah, this is one of those games where people do show up, right? You
Yes.
get a Tars Hall of Famer to come into attendance for a game like this, because this is the type of game, right?
Yeah.
Especially as a former Tar that's probably played in this matchup multiple times, you understand the heated rivalry between Tampa and Rollins. So none bigger, man. None bigger than these games here. So fun to see. Stands are packed, and we got some Hall of Famers in attendance.
And this could be a standing shifting series if the Tars decide they want to mix it up and make some noise. They're in a good spot here. 6 more outs to go. They trail 2-1. And stepping in is Brooke Theisen, who got the last out in foul territory. She swings and misses for strike 1. Very quick game. We're already here in the 6th inning. Theisen smacks it into center field. That will be out number 1. Lily Keister making the catch as the sun is gone. The sun is not a factor as much anymore. Fly balls will be routine as they ever will be.
Edevane is in to replace Maddie Carr as the catcher, and Marissa Edevane, 255 hitter on the season. Been a sound player for Rollins all year, gotten quite a few starts. 22 starts, and this is her 31st appearance in 36 games, so she has played a lot.
She gets the 1-0. That's right down Broadway. It'll be 1-1. McGinnis inching towards 85 pitches on the night. Edevane sees the 1-1 fouled off. And Edevane is never a bad substitution, as only one error in the field. She's a utility player. She plays behind the plate. She plays the infield. Only one error, and that was the first game of the year. So very sound fielder to have, especially in the 7th inning when you're trying to limit runs.
That was loud.
It was loud. We got a loud groan as well from the fans here. But we focus back in, 1-2 inside. Looked like it almost hit her, almost clipped her there. But she's safe from that. It is 2-2.
It was kind of a curious decision to take out Maddie Carr, though. At one point this season, I thought she was the best hitter on the team, and getting subbed out, I mean, that's crazy. But that's how deep this team is, Jimmy. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad call. Obviously, Coach Rose Lefevers knows. Maybe she saw something with Carr first few at-bats against, McGinnis, but...
And Edevane swings and misses. So out number 2, the pinch hit is unsuccessful. Sometimes just a switch in vibes and get another player to the plate could help out. Didn't help out there. And we stand with 2 outs, and Jaden Walker approaches the plate. She fouls off the first one, 0-1.
Yeah, Tar's down to 4 outs, Jimmy, so running out of both daylight and time here at Martin Luther King Park if they want to make a comeback.
The 0-1 Walker down the foul line, down the third base line. A quick 0-2. So after we saw the bottom of the 5th and the bottom of the 4th string on a little bit, a very quick inning at the plate for these Tars 2-3-4 hitters. And a comeback maybe a little less likely. Inside pitch almost clips Walker. She takes ball 1. Low 1-2. Walker gets a piece of that one into center field. But Lily Keister is there for the putout. We head to the 7th inning. The number 2 Tampa Spartans lead 2-1.
Yeah, Jimmy, I mean, Carr, Thyssen, Michele, Walker, they're all hitless. It's kind of tough to win whenever there's a pitcher on the mound quieting your team, quieting your bats, and it's been a tough road for the Tars against McInnes today. You know, Thyssen, like I said, hitless. Maddie Carr got pulled because she was 0 for 2. Walker 0 for 3. Michele 0 for 2. It's just been a rough day for Rollins at the plate, and you run into a hot pitcher, and obviously we talked about the dominance of McInnes her entire career, but runs are hard to come by, and if you're going to beat a team like Tampa, it's going to be 1-0, 2-1, maybe 3-2, you know, if the Tars can come back and win today, but they don't give you anything. You cannot make a mistake to them because you will not win the game. That's why they're 33-3. That's why they had a 28-game winning streak. So the room for error is very slim, and those home runs really hurt. They weren't, like I said, they won't kill you, the solo home runs. But if you're not scoring runs, they can. So that's the situation here for the Tars. 2-1 is the score as we run into the 7th inning, and it's the 7th inning, and number 7 is still out there. Emily McMullen for the Rollins College Stars, looking for a complete game, win or lose. She's trying to get 3 more outs, and leading it off is Kate DeSimone. It'll be 7, 8, 9 up for Tampa in the top of the 7th. First pitch swatted into right and foul. Bounces all the way to the wall in right field. The power of DeSimone has been evident today. A couple of flyouts, hard hit balls.
The battle of the 7s in the 7th once again. For the Tars, though, the bright side right now is that McMullen is pitching some of her best innings, and the hottest part of the lineup comes up in the bottom of the 7th, so we will not rule this game over whatsoever. Still big inning to come.
Good pitch there by McMullen, not got the call, so it's 1-1. Tars need a quick inning. Get the bats back out there in the bottom of the 7th. Get this run back.
McMullen has handled this part of the lineup. Be a great time for a 1-2-3.
And the count is now 3-1. McMullen starting to fall behind. Kate DeSimone. All defense and pitching today. The 3-1 is in there for a called strike 2. Full count now. The payoff pitch to Kate DeSimone.
Much needed strike. It's one of the biggest payoff pitches of the night for McMullen. See how she responds.
Up and in, fouled off. Good swing by DeSimone. McMullen chasing that 10th strikeout of the day. She has 58 on the season in 52 innings. The 3-2. swatted into right, deep right, into the corner. It's about as far as you can hit a foul ball without it leaving the yard as far as horizontally.
Kate DeSimone doing her best. Bee Gees staying alive, staying alive. Working McMullen's pitch count well over 100 here in the 7th.
And another foul ball, this time to the third base dugout. And McMullen is not just in a battle anymore, this is a war. The Spartans continuing to fight.
Very fitting for their mascot name.
Yes.
And DeSimone representing it well.
And this one is hit into right field. Routine play for the great right fielder, Brianna Parentoni, making it look easy for out number 1. McMullen needed a ton of pitches to get that out, but she got the out. Looks the same on the scorecard. F9, and now the 8-hole hitter, McKenna DiMartino.
That was a 9-pitch at bat. McMullen just got to settle in and get these next 2 batters to get out of it.
This one's foul. Cambry Todd made a run at it, but unable to get there.
Very close. That would have been an amazing play, but a very hard one.
Kelsey Winters is in the on-deck circle, so it will be a pinch hitter for Tampa in the 9-hole for Kenzie Reynolds once we get to that point. But first, it is McKenna DiMartino. Wind blowing to right field. Defense was at a normal alignment for the Tars, knowing that there is no deficit here. It is a razor thin margin. Fouled off as up and in, continuing to attack these hitters with everything she has. Emily McMullen, like Jimmy said, well over 100 pitches, up over 110 now, up to 112. Continuing to pitch with maximum effort here in the 7th.
She's been getting the hitters on the high inside stuff. I'd like to see her go back to it. Complete opposite there. Almost.
Yeah, misses down and out. Edivane, nice block there behind the plate. Little pad save, kick out that right leg to block that. 2-2. McMullen sets, delivers, and it's in there, called strike 3. Strikeout number 10 for Emily McMullen, double-digit Ks for the Tars starting pitcher. And now just 1 out left for Tampa, at least in regulation, if the Tars can somehow tie this thing up and send it to 8. Right now, 6 2/3. Only 2 earned runs against Emily McMullen's line today. ERA down to 3.25 on the season.
Kelsey Winters, the pinch hit, transfer from the University of Iowa. D1 Big Ten program. Someone you love to have could just come in and pinch hit. Someone who has experience at the D1 level.
And that's a good pitch there from McMullen for strike 1 at the knees of Winters. Tampa as a team is hitting 130 against McMullen today, but still has the lead 2-1. Swing and a miss from Winters. I don't think she knew what she was dealing with when she came off the bench to hit against Emily McMullen. Can't find the timing on the first 2 swings, but she's taking healthy hacks. We'll see what she can do down 0-2. There were 2 outs in the 7th. McMullen 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 60 on the season for Emily McMullen. 7 dominant innings for the Tars co-ace. And it is a 1-run game. Can't ask for anything better going into the bottom of the 7th. Nothing but a chance, and they have a chance. The Rollins College Tars need 1 to tie, 2 to win in the home half of this 7th inning. And it'll be Bree Michelli due up followed by Cambry Todd and Jenna Borky for the Rollins College Tars.
And we're going to label this inning as the witching hour. Could turn losses to wins. McGinnis trying to complete her dominant outing as well. A true pitcher's duel, no matter how this one ends, no matter how the pancake flips at the end of the game. Two great outings by these pitchers.
Leading off, the Rollins Spartans, the second baseman, number 14, Bree Michelle.
Trying to get in on the action. She has been fantastic all season and really in her Tars career. Looking to jumpstart this bottom of the 7th. Need a spark plug? Well, call on Bree Michelle. She can absolutely put a charge into that softball, and the Tars need it right now. One swing will tie it, and Bree Michelle's got plenty of pop. 1-1. Michelle 0 for 2 today. As she takes another strike. It's rare that Michelle doesn't get on base, but she is in jeopardy of not getting on base today. And she swings and misses. McGinnis as dominant as ever here in the 7th. One down quickly for the Tars, down to 2 outs. And Cambry Todd, one of the few to actually get a hit today. Borky as well, due up. So 2 of the Tars' 4 hits are due up next. Cambry Todd and Jenna Borky as Todd takes strike 1 on the outside edge from Gwen McGinnis.
Nice pitch there. We've seen some of both of these pitchers' best stuff late in the game.
Time is called and offered, given by the home plate umpire to Cambry Todd. And now Gwen McGinnis is going to be over 100 pitches with that right there, fouled off by Todd. And Todd is in an 0-2 hole. Tars a strike away from being down to 1 out.
McGinnis has done a great job just simulating these late innings, halting any potential momentum this Tars lineup has.
Todd fouled that one. Todd hits it to short. What a play. Throwing to first is in time. DiMartino with a beautiful play at shortstop to get the 2nd out. And Rollins is down to their final out, and it belongs to Jenna Borky. The sand is running out in the hourglass, and the Rollins Stars need some kind of miracle here at MLK Park to upset the number 2 team in the nation. Strike 1 to Borky.
That play from DiMartino at short, smooth as butter from the freshman. Very composed, especially in a late inning situation. Great play from her.
Borky swinging. This one is going to drop into the glove. What a play by Lily Keister. Unbelievable diving grab in center and end this game on an exclamation point. Why don't you? How could it end any differently than a web gem of a play in center field by Lily Keister? Unbelievable ending to this one, and it is 2-1 the final score. Number 2 Tampa escapes with the first game of this 3-game series. Jimmy, that was remarkable.
Unreal catch by Lily Keister. 3 strikeouts today. She avoided the golden sombrero, but she makes the play of the night. Anyone watching want to screen record and send it to ESPN
right,
Top 10.
Yes.
That was a beautiful play from Keister in center.
Wow. Diving. I honestly, Jimmy, I said that ball is going to draw into the glove. I mean, what a play by Keister. Wow.
It looked like she had no chance of getting
No.
there, and then I see it go in the glove, and I had the same reaction as you, but I let all the emotion out. I kept it in.
Realistically,
Oh, wow.
I thought that ball was going to bounce, and I thought it was rolling to the wall.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to have a race. Jenna Borky to try to get home
Yeah.
before they got that throw in. And Hey, that's as good as you're going to get right there as far as a defensive play. So Tampa had to earn it today, that's for sure. Pitching and defense. And let's end it right there with that defense. So congratulations to Tampa, and the Tars will look for revenge tomorrow in the 2-game set. Wow, a doubleheader.
An exciting doubleheader to come tomorrow, especially after the momentum this one brought to us, and everybody in the crowd, they caught a good one. Quick one, but a very good one.
First game is at noon tomorrow, and then we have the second game at 2 o'clock p.m., and that will be the last game here in Winter Park for the season, at least for the regular season. Tars will be traveling to Eckerd College to play in St. Pete for a 3-game set, and then to Palm Beach Atlantic University in West Palm Beach for another 3-game set, and that'll do it. So last home game, last call for us at least this season, Jimmy. It's been fun. Had a blast here at MLK Park. Tars didn't get the job done, but we did get a very, very exciting softball game. And that will wrap it up here for our broadcast here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. We appreciate all of you tuning in, and I want to thank one last time the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting for giving us this opportunity here at Rollins College. This partnership has gone on since me and Jimmy started here at Full Sail all the way to the end. So thank you guys for being here for our last broadcast. Appreciate you so much. Enjoy the call tomorrow, doubleheader here at MLK Park. And for one last time, for Jimmy Skinner, I'm Remington Kuhn. Good night.